What's up, guys? Welcome to Comic Book Lounge. Today's video is going to be on Marvel's Civil War 2. So, this is a 8-issue crossover which collects two prelude issues also, which is Civil War 2 number 0, along with the free Comic Book Day issue from 2016. This book is written by Brian Michael Bendis, who did work on New Avengers, House of M, and so on, and the art is by David Marquez, who did work on Invincible Iron Man and All New X-Men. So I'll just go through the artwork while I talk about the story. So the story starts out with a guy named Ulysses, who's a student at Ohio State University, and he gets exposed to the Terrigen Mist, which resulted in him becoming an Inhuman. His new powers was that he can see the future. So since he's an Inhuman, Medusa and the rest of the Inhumans make him part of the team, and they eventually go on a mission with the Avengers to stop a celestial destroyer. And after he's defeated, they all go celebrate at Stark Tower. And at this party, Ulysses reveals to everyone that his vision is the reason they knew about the celestial destroyer in the first place, and that's where the debate started. The two sides are Iron Man and Captain Marvel. So Captain Marvel wants to use Ulysses's visions to save lives and prevent disasters before they happen, while Iron Man thinks the future shouldn't be tampered with and they shouldn't play God. He also doesn't think all these visions are accurate and it can give them misleading information, which could put them in danger in the future. So a few weeks later, Captain Marvel, War Machine, She-Hulk, and a few others get intel from Ulysses that Thanos is coming to retrieve the Cosmic Cube. So they go there to ambush him. So the vision was correct, but Thanos severely injures She-Hulk and putting her in a coma, and he also kills War Machine. So Tony is shocked to hear that his best friend is dead, and this is where the sides are chosen and the real fight begins. So after a few different fights taking place, during one of the fights, Ulysses has another vision, but this time everyone around him can actually see and feel the vision he is having, and it shows Miles Morales killing Captain America in front of the Capitol building. So Miles is first upset that he thinks this will happen and he's crying about it, but later on, he goes to the Capitol building and him and Captain America just stand there facing each other because they're trying to prove that Ulysses' visions aren't actually accurate and this won't happen. So since Iron Man and Captain Marvel are trying to protect them, Captain Marvel goes there to try to arrest Miles and put him in protective custody, but Iron Man shows up trying to protect Miles. These two battle it out and Captain Marvel seemingly kills Iron Man, but it's revealed later on at the end that Tony actually had some secret biological enhancements done to him, which is the only reason he is still alive. He's kept in a stasis pod, and that's where the story ends. So they kind of don't tell you what happens to Iron Man at the end. So the pros and cons of this book. The pros is the great art by David Marquez, which I showed you guys. Amazing artwork. Another pro is that there's some good characterization of Iron Man. I really liked Iron Man in this book. Also, there are a bunch of great action sequences. There's a lot of different fights, and David Marquez draws it really well. There's also some great surprise twists, such as the vision of Hulk killing the Avengers, and also the one with Miles killing Captain America. There's also some other twists and deaths that happen in this book that I don't want to spoil. You guys can see that for yourself when you read it. Some cons of this book is that it's very slow paced. Like the first Civil War event, I think after issue 1 or 2, you knew the different sides and who's on each side. But this book, I think it takes until the 4th or the 5th issue to finally see the different sides taking place. Another con is that the motivations were, they weren't that serious for this event, for the actual debate happening, and also it doesn't show reasons for the different people choosing the sides. You don't know why Peter Parker is on Captain Marvel's side, or like Sam Wilson on Iron Man's side. Like you don't get proper explanations in this book. It might be in the tie-ins, but they really should show a little bit of why the sides are being taken place in the main book, and they don't show that. Another con is that they ruined the Captain Marvel character. She wasn't portrayed the best in this book. Like, some examples that she arrests innocent people. She says dumb stuff. Like, I remember a panel, she says, even if there's a 10% chance that the visions are correct, that's enough for me. And I just think that's really a dumb sign. Like, because these visions can't always be accurate. And she says, even if it's 10% accurate, that's enough for me. It's a very stupid line. And anytime Tony and Carol argue, instead of Carol defending her argument, she just like runs away. She's like, I have had enough of this, and just flies away, which I thought was pretty dumb. So this book, it's pretty easy to choose Iron Man's side because you don't sympathize with Captain Marvel. Whereas the first Civil War book, it was kind of hard to choose between Iron Man and Captain America, even though Iron Man was kind of portrayed as the bad guy in the first Civil War book. It was kind of like 60-40 between which side you're on, whereas in this book it's kind of like 90-10 as to whose side you're choosing, and it's easier to choose Iron Man's side in this book. So the overall score of this book, I'll give it a 5.5. It wasn't a great story structure, but to me, the great artwork and all the twists and great fighting sequences made me give it a bit over the halfway mark. So 5.5 out of 10. So that's it for this review, guys. I'll see you guys next time.